Everybody, welcome back. We're doing another Marvel Future Revolution video. In this one, we're going to be talking about some additional nano tips for you. So it might be a kind of a short video. Sometimes I can ramble on some of these things, but I'll get to the point, I promise. I definitely make sure to pay attention to this when you're thinking about what to nano. I had another video where I did that, and we're going to talk about slightly different things here. So if you're new to the channel, check out the Discord link in the description below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this video and things that I might be missing, and also, if you want to help the YouTube algorithm out, go ahead and comment below as well. Always appreciate that. Hammer down like buttons, click notification bells, subscribe if you like, and let's go get to it.
Bring me WolverThor!
Okie dokie. So I'm getting ready to go make some gear. So before I do that, now nanoing, I talked before in the other video, the quick summation of it is, and this was before the changes, right? So there were changes in game, but before, you wanted to make sure that you got almost perfect bonus stats on something or darn close to it on a certain set of an item. I was talking about doing the head first, then the chest, then look at the other two. I think maybe arms might, I don't know. The other two are sort of secondary, but they're still important. Anyway, you get the right stats on it. Head was defense pierce, and then you nano. Otherwise, you didn't want to touch it before then. Now, with the changes, you don't have to worry about it as much. Say you get a really good head, and it's just sort of like, it's not perfect, but it's not too bad, and I want to build it up. It's fine. Go ahead and nano it because the game now allows you to combo different nano pieces. So you can get this thing to, I don't know, like 2 or 3 red stars if it's not perfect, and just sort of go, that's fine. I'll keep re-rolling, or I'll roll another head up. And at some point, I hope that that head will give me a, 2 defense pierce, 2 crit damage and a crit rate or something like that, because that's what I want, or whatever the stats are that you're striving for. And then you take the worst piece that you had before, say that you brought up to 3 red stars or 3 nano stars, and combine that into your good piece. Now, I will say, I personally would not go much above 3, maybe 4. Maybe 3 nano star or 4 nano stars on a piece that I don't absolutely love. Mainly just because I think that the gear can be used elsewhere better, and that's the main point of this video. While this part is important, and this part that I'm talking about is you can nano a piece as long as it's good, it's remotely decent in the set that you want to build. I used to say don't waste your time with regionals, I changed my mind on that because the regionals eventually became more accessible. So I think that you definitely want to pick a regional that sort of fits your tune. The specials are still a bit out of reach for most people. I'm not even trying to touch those. They're hard to get. I'm not going to re-roll stats on those necessarily. And then you get a nano on top of it. There's a lot of money to spend to be wanting to do that. Now, those people will get an advantage, and they deserve it because they're paying money, right? But I'm not going for that. So right now, I'm in the regional. So you get those. Get your nano. I'd say at least a 1, potentially to 3. If it's not a good one, I'm going to recommend stopping at 3. If you want to go to 4, fine, because it's semi-close. Do that. Now, if the same thing happens and then I would move to your next piece of gear. So say it would be your chest piece. Now, for the chest piece, like I mentioned before, I wanted some accuracy rate on it. Didn't love the guard damage, but I could have nanoed some that I had, and then eventually when I got a good chest, done the same thing that I just described, where I get it to the bad piece, or maybe the not as good piece, I get to 1 or 3 nano stars. And then when I eventually do get the good piece, I will combine the bad one. I'll take the bad one and nano all of the stars into the bad one, because if I say I get something to 3 and I put it into a 6 other, I believe that then makes it a 4. The math was a little wonky, but it might be 5. I forget. It depends if you put any nanos on the better piece. But that's why it doesn't matter as much to wait to get to the perfect piece. Now, the next question is that I'm going to get to is, and this is the main point of the video outside of what I explained. I guess there's 2 main points. Is you can see my gear here. So I'm sitting here going like, what do I want to do next? What do I want to nano? Now, originally I was thinking about just bringing all these up to some additional, because I want the defense pierce, I want the crit damage, I want the attack, I want the accuracy, I want the crit rate, you know, all these sorts of things. But another thing that now happens is, see this here? See where you've got these nano fusion stats. So when you nano fuse something to grade 1 or grade 3, I guess that's the right way to call it, you will get an additional stat. So as you can see on my head, I got attack and max damage rate. On my chest, and I believe I got attack and crit damage decrease. Now I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that these are set. I need to confirm that, but I believe that's the case. I've not personally tried it, so that's why I say I'm not 100,000%. It's just what I've been told because I haven't tinkered around enough. So getting these stats, you know, an additional 3 to 4% on crit damage decrease, which is becoming the new hotness, max damage rate, an additional attack doesn't hurt. That's good, right? Now I could do that, or, you know, if I want to go to another one, let's just say I want to nano fuse something. So I could do this and, you know, look at 4. And the stat bonuses I'm going to get here on crit damage is what, you know, could be, what is that, 0.6% all the way up to, you know, 1.6%. Okay, that's all right. And then you go through these defense pierce ones, 0.3 to 0.6. You get the idea. So you can get some relatively small incremental increases on the stats that you've got there. Or, depending what the stats are on the piece you're looking at, you can get a flat up straight 460 attack, or, you know, a percent increase on a stat that you don't even have on it. So that's where I'm saying, at this point, don't just bring these up to 4. Or at least in my case, I'm not bringing these to 4. I'm taking the ones that I like, getting them to 3, and then I'm going to go look at these other ones because, like what I explained at the front end of the video, because I know that I can nano something and combine it into a better piece later if I need to, I'm not going to stress about it. I'm going to take this piece, and actually this piece isn't too bad, frankly. I'd love a little bit more crit damage decrease, but I'm going to nano this piece so I can get an additional stat on it. And I'm going to look at my boots. I don't love this one, but it's not bad. And again, I'm going to nano this one to get that. So once I get each one of those to 1, I'll go back here and I'll, if I really like this one, maybe I bring this one to 3 because I'm trying to build up crit damage decrease, or maybe I'm trying to build up defense, or maybe I'm trying to build up guard damage decrease. So that's where I'm going to incrementally bring these things. And the game is sort of like this with so many aspects of it, where it might be stats. We're trying to get, I need to get my crit rate and my crit damage up. Okay, I might need to, people are doing dodge, and then people got some accuracy. Well, okay, I get my crit rate and crit damage up. Now I want to get my total damage and max damage rate up. Okay, well, you know, you need to get defense pierce up. Okay, well, you get, without crit rate, you know, maybe the defense pierce not matters, or maybe my crit damage doesn't matter, you know. And so you've got all these different, you know, like dials that you're trying to build up, and they only, you only want to build a certain one up too much. Bring this one up, because once you hit a certain threshold over here, it's not going to matter for, you know, you can go up to infinity, but without some of these other ones, it doesn't make a difference. So the same is true with some of this nanoing. So make sure that you're really thinking through that aspect of it, or not even, you don't even really need to think through. Honestly, just like kind of do what I'm saying, in my opinion. If I'm wrong, again, I mentioned this at the front end of the video. Come to the Discord, let me know what I'm missing here, or comment below. Tell me what I'm missing here. But to me, nano a good one that you get, nano to 1, potentially 3, stop. And I would get these 2 there first, your head and your chest, assuming they're remotely decent. And then I would get the other 2 over here to 1, and then reassess. If these first 2 are like out of this world and you really need to get those stats up, okay, maybe. But I would recommend getting each one of these to 3 at least before you get crazy and go to 7. And I wouldn't stress too much again about getting one of them perfect before you nanoing it. And that was what happened at first when I was playing it. I was like waiting. And I actually regretfully now, I think I used, I don't know, 4 red star or 4 6-star pieces to reroll some chest. And I never got anything good out of it. Now, what would I have used with those 4? Nothing at this point. It would have been, I mean, I would have, if I could use those on cards, that'd be great. Or maybe I would have nanoed them to a different, or not nanoed them, but transmuted them to a, you know, different character or something. But okay, you know, it is what it is. So, anyway, that's what I've got to share about that. That's how I'm approaching Nano. Like I said, I'm gonna see if I can get this one up because I'd love some more crit damage decrease and I want the extra stat. And this one isn't too bad. And even if it was bad or not perfect, I'm not stressed about it because I can combo Nano stuff now. So anyway, that's what I got. I appreciate you guys stopping by. I've already mentioned a couple times that, you know, let me know in comments below or the Discord if I'm missing something super obvious here. But I think that covers it well. I think that's the right approach. I got, you know, hammer down like buttons, click notification bells, subscribe, tell your aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, grandma, grandpas, neighbors, friends. I always try to say, you know, share, appreciate that. YouTube algorithm is sort of a pain. And just trying to get more content out there to hopefully be helpful to you. And, you know, yeah, let me know. Hopefully see you in game. I hope you had a great holiday. Merry Christmas. All that. We got New Year coming up this week. Got another fun t-shirt from the fam. Half of you are on the naughty list. Get it? Because it's Thanos. Get it? Get it? No? All right. Anyway, until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day.